Angela Deem has been admitted to the hospital after a horrific road accident. Will Michael come to visit her? Hello everyone, welcome back to another exciting video. This is Jennifer from 90 Day Insider, bringing you the latest updates, drama, and behind-the-scenes stories you don't want to miss. Let's dive right in, Surrey. 90 Day Fiancé star Angela Deem has found a fan in a surprising cast member after she revealed she's lonely for company. Angela had been married once before she met Michael. Angela and Michael met on social media, after which the Georgia native decided she would get Michael to the U.S. Angela was involved with Michael for 7 years, out of which she was married to him for 4. Angela and Michael's spousal visa attempts had been successful, but Michael shattered Angela's dream scenario by running away. Michael claimed he was being mistreated by Angela when he found a way to escape from her house. However, Angela doesn't have a dearth of admirers who want to take Michael's place. Shabooti posted an Instagram story where the 90 Day Fiancé blogger tried to get the attention of viewers to a comment. Shabooti had reposted a video from Angela's TikTok where she was promoting her friend's esthetician business. One of the comments the blogger received on his video was from Gino Palazzolo's uncle, Uncle Marco. Uncle Marco was the one who walked Jasmine Pineda down the aisle when she married Gino. Uncle Marco commented, "Hey girl, I need that Botox stuff, okay? From Gino's Uncle Marco, LOL, maybe I can get young again," on the video. What Gino's Uncle Marco's comment on Angela's video means? What has Uncle Marco been up to lately? Interestingly, Shabooti tagged Gino in his stories when he reposted Uncle Marco's comment on his own Instagram stories. Gino reposted the story suggesting he agreed with the blogger's claims. Uncle Marco has been in the limelight for a couple of reasons lately. He never agreed to Gino marrying Gino at the start and suspected Jasmine was only using his nephew for money. Over time, Uncle Marco warmed up to Jasmine and even walked her down the aisle for her wedding. Things changed when Jasmine chose to have an open marriage. Uncle Marco has accused Jasmine of betraying Gino and using him for a green card. Meanwhile, Jasmine has been calling out Uncle Marco's nasty comments on social media. Jasmine only considers Gino's cousin Dana and his wife Michelle as her friends and support system in the U.S., and they seem to wholeheartedly choose Jasmine over Gino, and the rest of the while taking sides. In any case, Uncle Marco reaching out to Angela is what takes the cake owing to the zero level of connection between them. Our take on Uncle Marco. Trying to get attention amid Jasmine-Gino feud. Will Angela respond to Gino's uncle? Uncle Marco being extra active on social media amid Jasmine's pregnancy shows that he isn't done insulting her yet. He now wants to get young and wants a response from Angela on the video. Angela recently posted a video of her lip-syncing to a song about loneliness after claiming she'd been in a dark place since Michael left. Angela hasn't dated anyone new, and perhaps striking up a conversation with Uncle Marco is the next best thing the 90 Day Fiancé star could do. Angela Deem from 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, appears lonesome and sad in a new concerning video, a year since her split with Michael Ilisanmi. Angela supported a family of 9 people, including a sick mother, 2 daughters, and 6 grandchildren, when Michael met her online. Hospice care worker Angela knew that she deserved happiness, and Michael was showering her with love from Nigeria. Angela decided to bring Michael to America. Angela lost 100 pounds weight for Michael as she waited for his arrival. However, Michael betrayed Angela's trust and dumped her within 2 months. Angela is now out to make Michael's life miserable by wanting to prove their marriage was fraudulent, but her latest social media update suggests she wants him back. Their Reality TV Mess posted a clip from Angela's social media video that showed her in a disheveled look from inside her bedroom. Angela loves making lip-sync videos and filmed herself singing along to Sharing the Night Together by Dr. Hook. She didn't look as peppy as she usually is in her other wives. The lyrics seemed to be Angela's way of expressing her feelings as she mouthed, "You're looking kinda lonely, girl. Would you like someone new to talk to? Yeah, alright. I'm feeling kinda lonely too." What Angela's loneliness means for future. After Michael Ilisanmi split. Will Michael coming back to Angela cure her loneliness? Angela and Michael met sometime in 2017, following which they made their debut together in 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 2. Signing up to showcase her life up close on reality TV could have been the best decision Angela made for her career, but the worst as it exposed her true nature to the world. Even if Angela was deeply in love with Michael, she was extremely jealous and insecure, leading to fights that turned aggressive, and her words were sharp as knives. Michael had good enough seasons to leave Angela. Angela couldn't digest the fact that Michael decided to leave after he used her to get a spousal visa. She has been threatening him with warnings about getting him deported. However, her admitting to being lonely could also be a sign that she wants him back. Michael insists he is single, and Angela has seemingly not become ready to start dating again. She could be wondering if all her problems would be solved if Michael came back. Angela would then not have to fight a court case against him and would be cured of the loneliness she was singing about. Our take on Angela, suggesting she might want Michael back. Will Michael agree to forgive Angela? Angela still throws shade at Michael, even though it's been more than a year since he fled from her house. She takes digs at him even if Michael chooses to fight his battle in silence. It would be the 90-day fiancé happily ever after star's way of getting Michael's attention and wanting him to respond. Unfortunately for Angela, it doesn't look like Michael will want to be subjected all over again to the pain he went through when he was in a relationship with her for 7 years. Michael Ilisanmi from 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, recently turned heads with a glamorous photo shoot for a top fashion brand following his 37th birthday celebration in the United States. Despite his aspirations of achieving success in the influencer industry, Michael's troubled relationship with Angela Deem had hindered his presence on social media. However, since breaking up with Angela, he has returned to social media and collaborated with various small businesses. Additionally, Michael has made friends since moving to Houston, Texas, and recently achieved a significant victory while playing soccer with his team. Michael has expanded his influencer career beyond creating funny skits online. He is now exploring modeling. Michael recently showed off his abilities in a striking photo shoot for Fashion Nova, a popular fashion brand that has collaborated with several female 90 Day Fiancé cast members. Against the backdrop of Houston's iconic skyscrapers, Michael posed for pictures in a graphic t-shirt and cap worn backwards and ripped jeans, striking stylish poses for the camera. In the caption, he tagged the fashion brand and shared a motivational message stating, "Your only limit is your mind. Start this week strong. Happy New Week, fam." What Michael's professional modeling photo shoot means for his career, Michael should maintain a steady job, in addition to his influencer career. It has always been Michael's dream to become a popular celebrity on social media. When he made his debut on 90 Day Fiancé, he had a strong desire to use his popularity to become famous as an influencer. However, Angela's trust issues held him back. However, Michael is now rapidly gaining popularity as an influencer on social media, boasting nearly 200,000 followers on Instagram and 231,000 followers on TikTok. His latest modeling pictures show that he has the talent to become a fashion model, and if he decided to pursue it full-time, many 90 Day Fiancé fans would support him. The influencer industry seems saturated with talented influencers, so Michael may need to put in more effort to stand out to a wider audience beyond the 90 Day Fiancé realm. As he appears to lack the extroverted personality typically needed to succeed in this industry, he should have a backup plan, such as a stable job in the United States to pay his bills. Michael should consider pursuing a full-time social media career once he has established business connections with multiple brands that will hire him to promote their businesses. Our take on Michael Ilisanmi as a fashion model, Michael appears charming. When the camera starts rolling, Angela constantly claimed that Michael lacks star quality. However, his recent modeling pictures indicate that he possesses charisma, or the it factor, despite his introverted nature. With his athletic build and charming boy-next-door appearance, Michael has the potential to shine as a fashion model. Within a span of less than 2 hours, his modeling pictures have already garnered over 2,000 likes on Instagram, suggesting a strong fan interest in his future modeling endeavors. The 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after. Alum should continue polishing his modeling skills and nurturing his talent. The comments. Sweet child of mine. 90 Day Fiancé's Julia Trubkina's baby drama. Explained. Her Kingdom for Dogs business is all about fur babies, but Brandon may not have children. Julia Trubkina from 90 Day, the last resort, enjoys taking care of her fur babies, but she may choose not to have her own children with Brandon Gibbs in the future. Julia and Brandon met when she worked as a go-go dancer in Russia. Their relationship progressed, and they got engaged in Iceland. In 2020, Julia finally moved to the United States from Russia on a K-1 visa to marry Brandon. Initially, Julia faced challenges adjusting to farm life while living with Brandon's parents, Ron and Betty Gibbs, on their farm, as she is from a big city in Russia. Julia and Brandon moved out of the farm as per Julia's wishes and started living independently in an apartment. They eventually purchased their own house in Virginia Beach, Virginia. However, this major financial decision caused them to have money problems. With Brandon as the sole full-time worker, Julia felt the need to find employment to help with their finances. She attempted to work as a go-go dancer, a choice that Brandon didn't approve of. In addition to financial struggles, the couple also had disagreements about future goals, such as starting a family. Julia may not be able to have children. Julia Trubkina is dealing with fertility challenges. Julia and Brandon were married in 2020, and shortly after the wedding, she expressed a desire to expand their family by having a baby. However, at the time, Brandon wasn't fully prepared for parental responsibilities. Over the past few years, they have set up their new house and traveled as much as possible. Now that the couple has been married for 5 years, Brandon wishes to experience fatherhood, but Julia isn't yet ready. During 90 Day, the last resort, she shared concerns about feeling that her husband was still too immature to have a baby. During a therapy session, Julia shared another reason. She didn't want to have a baby with Brandon. She said, "When I say, I don't want kids, and when I say I don't want because I'm so scared to be in reality." After consulting doctors in Russia, Julia learned that she has fertility problems, which is why she won't be able to conceive a baby with Brandon. She doesn't want to accept this reality, so she has decided she doesn't want to have children. Although she's willing to seek a second opinion from American doctors, the reality may not change. Does Julia want children with Brandon? Julia seems reluctant to fully embrace motherhood. Julia acknowledges the importance of Brandon's desire to become a father soon. As a result, she agreed to seek a second opinion from doctors in America in a recent episode of 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. However, it seems that Julia still has conflicting feelings about becoming a mother. While she believes that a married couple should have children, she has also been influenced by Russian doctors, who have informed her that she may have difficulty conceiving due to fertility issues. Julia hasn't strongly expressed her desire to have a baby in the past few years. Watching Brandon and Julia argue about having a baby, Ariella Weinberg suggested that Julia may be hesitant to see doctors because she might not truly want to become a mother. If she did, she would likely have sought advice from fertility specialists even without Brandon pushing her. It's possible that Julia isn't yet ready for such a major decision and responsibility, especially without a strong support system in the United States. Perhaps once her parents are able to come from Russia to live with her in America, she may reconsider her stance. Julia loves fur babies. Julia finds satisfaction in taking care of pets. Julia possesses a nurturing maternal instinct, which she has chosen to dedicate to her new business, Kingdom for Dogs. The business offers monthly subscription boxes for dogs, as well as training services. Julia launched her business in October 2024 and has experienced considerable success in the past 5 months. She has shipped her boxes to over 19 states in the United States, including Alaska. By turning her love of dogs into a thriving venture, Julia has found fulfillment in her new role as an entrepreneur. She particularly enjoys personally delivering the boxes to her customers' beloved pets. Although Julia has a maternal instinct for fur babies, she may decide not to have children of her own. She enjoys spending time with animals and doesn't feel like she is missing out on not having her own child. Julia is able to give her maternal affection to her dogs and receive love in return. There is a chance that her plans to have children could be put on hold due to her successful business. Julia may find her business so fulfilling that she ultimately decides to dedicate all of her time to it instead of pursuing motherhood. Brandon may accept he can't have kids with Julia. Brandon might give up on his dream of becoming a father. Brandon is an only child who loves his parents very much, despite the negative reputation they have among some 90 Day Fiancé viewers. He desires to give them a grandchild and experience fatherhood himself. At 31 years old, Brandon is eager to become a father sooner rather than later. However, he also has a deep love for his wife, Julia. He knew she would be his wife the moment he saw her dancing in a club in Russia. Even if Julia ultimately decides not to have a child, Brandon will support her decision. During 90-day, the last resort, Brandon mentioned that he ideally wants to have a baby with Julia. However, if that wasn't possible, he would never consider leaving her for someone who could give him a child. Brandon is committed to staying by Julia's side no matter what. Despite feeling hurt by her lies and past infidelity, he still wants her in his life and may come to accept that Julia may not want to be a mother. Hopefully, 90-day, the last resort, provided the couple with tools to help them overcome their challenges.